Alright, this is like the third time I've done this tonight. But that's okay. Third time's a charm. That's fine. So, okay. Wine and paint. Wine and paint, this is an idea that came across my head in 2016, 2017. You can go by. Nobody's here.
What are you not doing now?
Well, I can't. Yeah. So, wine and paint was an idea that came to my mind in 2017. It was actually one of the roughest times in my life, to be honest. That's what started a lot of the rough times. 2016, just because, I guess, looking back on it now, like, I was in college, and then I wasn't, like, so it was a big, like, okay, what do I do now? And no one telling me what to do. I thought I was supposed to be a doctor at the time, but things just weren't working out. So, I was painting these murals and stuff and everything, and I found out about art therapy, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I could try that. So I was set, like, I was going to just go in there and, be all I could be the best therapist that I could be. And with art, like, I was like, okay, cool, that's my destiny, like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So just kept trying to do that. And then when I graduated in 2015, I wasn't able to get my transcripts from ODU, so that really just put a big damper into a lot of different things for me. So I just tried to regroup as much as I could, and then wine and paint was one of the ideas that just kept coming to me, and I tried to make it like a huge thing, like a huge production, like have one of my really good friends was a camera guy come to my house. We was ready, like we had all the stuff set up and everything, and my guest was on the way, and she got into a huge car accident. So needless to say, I backed down from the idea for a while. I tried to reschedule with her, have her come to the house, my house again, all this other stuff. And then a lot of different things started going wild, just in my life. So I just tried to stay away from it as much as I could, like just making art genuinely for myself or period. So just thought that wine and paint or being a journalist wasn't really in my calling anyway. So why did I even try? Like, somebody literally got into a car accident, like trying to do something that I thought of in my head. So I'm like, okay, well, that's clearly not what I'm supposed to be doing. So I go back to school, more debt, of course, go back to school. But I go to TCC this time. So there, stuff just starts going just crazy, just awry in my life. I have a few close friends that pass away, like, back to back. And I just keep questioning, like, what I'm supposed to do. So, just trying to do everything but what God told me to do, because at this point I'm mad, because I just thought that things were supposed to be a lot smoother once you started trusting God and the visions He gave you. That's funny. That's definitely not the case. That's not what happens. But, without going too much into all of how I decided to get back into this, just out of necessity, really. Like, this is for me. Like, this is honestly, like my church. Like, I have to do this every Sunday because it's a part of what keeps me sane. And honestly, it doesn't matter to me. At first, it did matter to me, like, oh, you know, like, not as many people watching as I would like them to. But that's okay. Like, that's cool. Like, I know what I'm supposed to be doing and what God's called me to do. And I've honestly taken the time to separate my dream and myself and just realize the difference between those two. Because this shit is not about me at all. Like, my paintings, nothing. Like, this shit is not about me at all. Like, yeah. So, I I know that's true too because I was talking to one of my really good friends the other day, that artist, and I was showing him a design for a mural we have coming up, and he was just saying while he was looking at the design, like, everything just muted, but the design. So he thought I would be upset by him saying that, but I honestly wasn't upset because that means that I'm doing my job. I'm doing what God's called me to do. And I also started reading a book today. I forget what the book is called, but one of Les Brown's cats, friends or whatever, wrote the book. So if you guys are familiar with Les Brown, and if you're not, you should look him up because he's a very great motivational speaker. But Les Brown's friend wrote this book, and it's just talking about finding the universe within you. And as soon as I started reading that book, you guys, I started crying because just everything is so real. Like, again, okay, I have like 20 million alarms. One is to say affirmations. So this is an affirmation. Just separating myself from the dream, like knowing that as long as I keep my focus on the dream, I'll be fine because the dream was made before me. It'll be here after me. So that's the way God intended it. Of course, all the time these commercials get in there whenever you don't need them to. But we'll get back to the music in a minute. But yeah, that's just it. Like, you just gotta separate your dreams from you and realize that shit didn't come from you. So of course there's gonna be some doubt and fear associated with your dream because that, my friend, is also a part of the dream. The doubt and fear that you're experiencing. It's not just gonna be handed to you. Like, you don't, yes, you are qualified for this dream, but you definitely gotta go and get that. You gotta stay hungry. You have to. So I'm just at a place where I'm back to being hungry, like, just real hungry. Like, why am I doing this? Why do I want to paint murals all over the world? And just sticking to that. Like, even if it doesn't look like that's what's going on right now, or I haven't painted a mural since last year or whatever, like, it's the beginning of the year. Like, come on, like, give yourself a chance. Like, I didn't realize I had lost focus until I talked to one of my business coaches, my guy Zeke. He's one of my business coaches now. Build as you grow. Look him up. Great guy. Done a lot of great things. Let me tell you one thing about Zeke. I knew this dude was amazing when I graduated from college in 2015, and he graduated the year after, and he paid off all his debt the summer of the year he graduated. So he no longer has any student loan debt, none of that. So I'm just like, wow, like, you can do all that. Like, he said it out of his mouth he wasn't going to be paying that shit forever. And that's exactly what he did. Like, literally before he graduated, like, that was it. That was his gift to himself. Pay that stuff off and go and travel. And that's exactly what he did. So I'm just like, okay, why not just talk to my guy? Like, why not just ask these different people for help that God has definitely just placed into my life? Like, I'm just honestly getting to a point where I'm tired of being upset about everything, making my, like, finding more things to be upset, because the world's gonna do that anyway. Like, why am I helping everybody get on my nerves? Like, I don't have that many nerves for people like you do. You have so many nerves, but don't let them get attached to you. Like, it's so hard for me throughout the day. Like, the type of work that I do is customer service, like frontline. Like, I talk to nasty people all day, so it definitely affects my spirit, like, all day. It's hard to just not be upset when I'm done with work, or when I'm sitting at work, because it's also my home. So it's definitely been a lot of reflection going on, a lot of things that I've been trying to sort through. But I'm really happy to see everybody on my team that I got. I'm really happy to see the things that we're doing, everybody individually and as a collective, just different opportunities that are opening up for us, teaching art, getting the different interviews we want to have, the live streams. Like, definitely, like, there's a lot of stuff coming into play this summer. Yeah, just a lot of good stuff. So I'm just really excited, and I'm really thankful for you guys just tuning in with me these last couple Sundays, last 10 Sundays. Like, that was quick. Like, you don't realize how fast just stuff just keeps moving. So I'm just happy that I'm able to just keep creating and stay up, you know. So, and I see my my number one supporter out there. You the GOAT. You the GOAT. For sure. So let's see, what else can I tell y'all about? What else I've been reflecting on? So let's talk about the episodes. The episodes we did, the first one I did Reezy Rob, the Lyrical Genius, you know, my Honey Bunch. We talked about, I believe, Doubt. We talked about Doubt. That was a really good one. And so, like I said, I was fighting a lot of doubt just to even do this, but I'm just glad that I did this shit. Like, I did it. Like, I just kept going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just really happy that I kept going. Like, if you know me, if you really know me, you know that any little thing can set me off, distract me, make me think like, okay, I'm not supposed to be doing this, or like, maybe I should do something else, or make me second guess myself. But I'm really just going with my gut and just trusting myself just to be me, and it feels great. Like, it feels amazing. Let's see, what's the next one we did? The next one we did, I believe, Fear. We talked about Fear with my man Corey. Photo Lear, got some really good stuff going on with him. Yeah, I'm just glad that we could talk about these different things: fear, doubt, anxiety. Last week we talked about change, just little changes, just little things that'll make you move in a different direction. So just whatever y'all trying to stay focused on, just do that shit. Like, just keep whatever makes you keep going, keep feeding your soul, man. Cause it's definitely a war going on, and I'm not just talking about all this other stuff that's going on. Cause I'm not here to get political by any means. But if you think that all that stuff don't have nothing to do with you or whatever, you're sadly mistaken. Like, it's always been a spiritual warfare going on, whether you know or not. So it is in our best bet to just armor up, do what we can. This is what I do, just to keep my space and my soul guarded. Like, I have to paint. I gotta draw. Like, if I don't, it's downhill from here. So, you know. You know what? I just thought about it. What's today? Today, of course, today's Sunday, but I think like the Oscars is on or some shit. Like, so that's cool. But thank y'all for being here with me. Appreciate it. If y'all is working on some stuff, let me know. Show me. I want to hear from you. Like, I really want to know what types of things you want to talk about. Mental health topics. We could go on and on and on and on. There's so many different things to talk about. And that's what I plan on doing. Just talking to so many different people. I got a lot of different guests in line. And another thing, what is going on? All my female friends, all my ladies that I know, like, nobody wants to talk. Like, everybody's like, oh, I'll do it later, or let's do it this day or something. And that's cool. That's fine. I definitely understand. But I'm just starting to surprise myself because I thought I was... yeah, fuck the Oscars. I thought that I was the shyest one out of everyone. Like, I definitely thought I was one of the shyest ones out of my friends, and I'm just starting to realize, like, I might be a little bit bolder than what I thought, because everybody's like, no, like, I'm shy, and all this other stuff, and that's cool. Like, we're gonna work through all this stuff. So I just got a lot of good ideas, a lot of good things that are being actually set into motion. So the people who are helping me with these things, thank you. The animation, the books, the freelancing, the mural paintings, live streaming, you know who you are, the editing. I need all of y'all. Appreciate all of y'all. So, yeah. I think, honestly, too, I'm going to start, next month, we're going to take this party over to Twitch. Just because Twitch is a lot more free than Instagram and Facebook. Like, I love music, and I'm always I listen to pure trap music, y'all, when I'm painting. Like, I love lo-fi and stuff. That gets me in the mood to write and relax and everything. But I love me good trap songs. Like, I will listen to Future. I will listen to Gucci Man. These are the things I love because they just get me in that just beast mode. Like, nobody can paint or create like me. So I just be vibing on that tip, So, and also got a few more things coming up, like the Pancakes and Booze, which we will be covering live April 7th. And I mean, do you guys have a Twitch? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, do people actually have Twitch? Like, I know there's a lot of people on there, so I guess I'm like, I want to give that a try. Maybe that'll be one of my many lanes. But I definitely want to hear from you guys. See what you want to hear. I'll probably be going live more on there too. And since this is like a private creative session, might get out a few I have to light one up. I really don't know what I've been painting, like, in a minute. Like, I'm just happy, once again, like, to just be back at this state where I am willing to be vulnerable and stuff. Like, I'll mention it briefly on the podcast here and there, but I was in a hospital, in and out of hospitals for what seemed like a really, really long time. Yeah, I'm about to do that. What really seemed like a long time but it wasn't. But honestly, if you've ever been in the hospital for an extended amount of time, that shit will feel like you are locked up. Like, definitely. So, when I was in the hospital, thank God for my dad and my wonderful husband, I they bought me my crayons and just pastels and just everything. So that's usually what I go to when I'm really trying to get into just like my God mode. Like, honestly, like just me and God, just worship for real. And I had been letting go of that because I was like, man, like I don't want to go back to that state of just vulnerability. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen when I put my brush to the canvas. So I just stopped doing it for a long time. So, but I'm glad to be back because it feels great. Like, I'm just starting to open my eyes more around me. Like, the place I'm living in right now, like, it's fucking amazing. Like, compared to where I was, like, just, it's just amazing. Like, I love it here. My friends and family are really not that far. Like, I could definitely just get up and go and see them whenever. Like, my best friend's here. You know, just, it's great. Like, it's opportunities around the corner, literally around the corner. Like, different art places to be at, different places to put my art. Just making me want to create more. And this makes me think of another project that we're doing right now, like I said, with the live streaming, Tamika Vision TV time. We're gonna be doing some live streamings out in the city, so be checking out for that. But I was just listening to and I'm really not religious by any means, but I am very spiritual, very very spiritual. And I was listening to a preacher the other day. I think his name is Teray Roberts, T.D. Jakes' clan or whatever, you know. So he was saying that he said a quote in there that the lack of exposure is lethal, and that shit hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, that's it. Like, that's literally my mission. Like, that's literally why I started painting murals and wanting to do public art and stuff, like, just to transform spaces. Like, there are so many people that I know personally that were not even thinking about going to the next county over before I met them. Like, there was no desire in them whatsoever to leave their block. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to just find that spark again. And honestly, it was the area as well. Like, it was the area that I was in. It was just, I was too big for that space. Like, we were literally too big for that anymore. So, and we just couldn't, we just kept trying to hold on to it, just kept, and honestly, that area too, like, if you know what I'm talking about, like, in certain spaces, like, you just can't, maybe, like, something supernatural has to happen for you to make a move. So, if you in that space, I'm definitely, I know it sounds cliche or whatever, but I'm definitely praying for you, you know, because that takes a lot. Like, if you don't have people or the right resources to just get you out of that space, like, it's not happening. Like, it's just not happening. So you just limited by the lack of exposure. So make sure you exposing yourself to different things like music, TV, books. Like, even if you don't like to read, just go outside and go somewhere else. Like, just go, please. Definitely, it's not healthy to just be in the same funky ass area. Like, and I also like how he explained environment. Like, environment is definitely just the passing of different languages and different, not so much like different languages like dialect, but different information, like the way people are speaking, the things they're saying, the things they're doing. Like, if we're in this terrible area, or if you're in this terrible area, it's probably because all the information you're getting is just the same pure garbage that you've been getting for the past whatever amount of time you've allowed yourself to be in that shithole. Like, and this is just speaking from experience. So just move on. Just know what you're worth, what you're working with, and it really is hard to see sometimes if you're in the wrong environment. But anyway, that's why I do murals. That's why I paint murals, for the people who don't got that chance to go out to the Riviera or whatever, or don't even think that's even possible for them to do. Like, or maybe it'll spark them to want to go to these different places. Let them know that they can do things too. They can see beyond all this bullshit. So that's definitely why I paint murals, and that's why that is my hero product, my thing that I am focusing on, and will let things grow from that, because that's what God told me to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I also think it's interesting that when we have a dream in mind, let me tell you how funny God is. When you have a dream in mind or a plan in place, right? That's for a reason too. So follow these things, right? And even if you get to the end of that thing and it's not what you thought, I guarantee you're 10 times closer to the reality, your best reality that God has designed for you than you were before. So just keep going and just keep working through that thing. I know it's hard. I'm talking sleepless nights. I'm talking getting up with the sweats, with the chills until you get this shit out. Because it's not going to leave you alone. It's definitely not. And it's, people may not understand what you're doing. I'm telling you, my parents didn't understand what I was doing. Nothing. Like, just my family, nothing. All this money I had wasted on school. But, see, I thought I was supposed to be healing the world with, doctor stuff, cutting them open and stuff. Like, I really wanted to be like a neurologist. And I'm not saying like that won't happen. Maybe it will happen one day, but I definitely have gone into a deeper study of psychology and the mechanics of a human being. So that's where I'm at. So God had to use those things to get me here, because I never would have imagined myself being a journalist or marketing, and these are things that I've held in my heart before, but I never told anyone. So to see these different things come to light is pretty cool. So when you see them come to light, don't let it scare you. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going, because it'll all work itself out. That's what I'm starting to see. And you'll start having more fun, too. That's definitely what I've changed to being more fun. Because I think that's why I had to kind of die first before I could bring it back to what it's really supposed to be. Because, like I said, when I first tried to do this idea, which was in 2017, it was so serious. Like, I had my friend Dre, like I said, the camera guy there, and, we were all at my house. We had the production lights up, everything, my guests on the way, questions, all that. Nope, none of that's happening because she got into a car accident. Then I think I tried it again, like just to do it with one of my roommates or something. Didn't work out. I think I got discouraged or something, and my life was like a hot mess at that time. So, yeah. So, here I am. Just having fun. Like, it's honestly just fun now. And there's a Bible verse as well that talks about how nothing can be done without joy. Nothing great anyway. So just go ahead and rock it. I don't even know, honestly, how long it's been. Anybody know the time? My faithful viewers, when y'all know the time? Just have to find out myself. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So, and yeah, like another thing, like something happened right before me doing this that, oh, thank you, I appreciate you, love. Right before I did this, something happened that totally, like, the old me would have just been like, alright, fuck it, like, I ain't gonna do this shit. But no, like, it just made me want, and that's just how I know, like, my resilience, or I feel like I'm getting ready to box, like, in a fight or something, or it feels like, I mean, I've never had any kids or anything like that, so, but I would imagine, like, this is kind of like the anticipation of labor or birth, like, I feel like something big, like, I'm preparing for something really big, like, so, I don't know what it is exactly, but I appreciate you guys being on this ride with me and just indulging in the things that I think come from my head, but I'm sadly mistaken because they've come from a place that I can't even fathom. I can't even put on this piece of paper, like, what kind of place that is. Like, it's just wild. So I'm just saying, like, if you have any type of creative endeavor, or, well, not if, because you do. You're a human being and you have something, you got a spark within you. If you don't know what that is, you know what it is. If it's freaking tying macaroni together, I don't know, just whatever. If it's whatever, like, that's on your heart for some reason. That plan was developed before you was in your mother's womb. So you need to go ahead and do that shit. Just do it. Do it, do it, do it. Because all, and you could always be like, just because I do this as well. Oh, that person's doing it. They doing paint parties. They doing that. So what? Nobody's going to do it like you. The world needs you in some way. Like, there's a million fish. We still need all those different types of fish. We still need it. We still need all those different types of plants. So, you're necessary. Just do your thing. Get out your own way. Do your thing. And when I'm talking to you, I'm definitely talking to myself, because it's a constant battle. It's not just something that's gonna be one and done. Just like this painting. Like, I've been making a lot of different abstract paintings. Like, I don't know. Like, I definitely start seeing animals and stuff in them later. Maybe I'll build on this one, but who knows? Like, I just really like the material, gouache, and oil pastel. So just see how this one goes. I like it. I don't know what it is. Kind of reminds me of, like, underwater. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, thank you. I think it is underwater. That's what I'll go with. That's what I've been painting, a lot of animals and different things. And that reminds me of a mural project that we're working on right now. But I've just been learning to not speak on everything with the wrong people. Oh, I got you. This is yours. I'll tape it up. This is yours. This has already been bought, y'all. Sorry. Already been bought. Yep, I got you. Yeah, so, again, just check me out at Pancakes and Booze, which is April 7th. If you're not able to pull up, I'll be streaming it live. I'll be interviewing the creators of Pancakes and Booze. I'll be interviewing some artists. Also be having some different mural opportunities coming up, different classes. And yeah, I'm in DC now. I'm in the DMV, and I was just thinking the other day, like, it's beautiful as fuck here. Like, it's definitely beautiful. So I'm just starting to pull up with some plein air paintings, and what's that? That's just painting outside. It's a fancy word for painting outside. So we're gonna be painting outside this summer We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Let me know if this is of value to you, what y'all want to see on Wine and Paint. I really appreciate y'all. No, I'm not drunk. I really appreciate y'all. And yeah, we're going to keep rocking. So until next Sunday, peace, love, and paint. Love y'all. Bye.